Welcome back to our continuing coverage of India Decides 2024. We are at that point where significant amount of leads, most of the leads have already come in, and the way things are shaping up, although the parties that seem to be disappointed at this stage are saying it's still early days, but one can certainly say that a lot of the story has unfolded. Perhaps things can still change. We're at that point, but at the moment the NDA is leading, although not by the kind of margin that it had anticipated. At one time the war cry was 400 par, 400, beyond 400 of the 543 seats. That does not seem to be happening, and it's the India Alliance led by the Congress party that is giving it a very hot chase.
Yes.
But we'll have to wait and see how things finally come out to be. I'm Gautam Roy, and with me is my colleague Sakal Bhatt.
So the big question we're looking at is that the upbeat mood in the opposition combined, will that stay or not? Because it seems as of now on some seats they've managed to make inroads. They seem to be back in game, but remember, nothing is over till it's over actually, because remember, these are just the trends. NDA as an alliance is still at the pole position with the considerable leads on maximum seats as compared to the opposition alliance. And before we take headlines, we can tell our viewers BJP has already maintained a comfortable lead in 240 seats. Whether they will manage to cross that magic figure individually, that's the big question. All that and much more. Yeah, 272 as an alliance, they've already crossed. Yes, that's right. NDA crossing that 272 mark within an hour of the counting. 293 is how these numbers are stacked as of now, with India Alliance not lagging much behind. 229 out of which we'll have to see whether Congress has more numbers in its favor as a party, and what is the performance of the other alliance partners, where others have managed to grab just 21 parliamentary constituencies in terms of leads. Okay.
And even now the numbers have ticked around a bit, and the NDA has gained,
Yes.
and we have the India Alliance losing out, the India Alliance, and we will keep you updated on that as well. But let's take a quick look at the headlines at the moment. Counting for India's general elections 2024 has been underway now since 8 o'clock in the morning Indian Standard Time. The results are likely by the evening.
Early trends show NDA leading on majority of the seats over Congress-led India Alliance. PM Modi leading from his parliamentary constituency, Varanasi.
And AD India is getting you all the news, views and reactions, analysis by an expert team. You can watch accurate and authentic updates all through the day as we count down to the final results.
So this is how the numbers look like exactly after 3 hours post-counting. NDA stacking up numbers very quickly, leading on 295 seats, crossing 272 magic mark in terms of leads. Remember, we'll have to see whether these leads will be actually converting into results, and in big favor for a landslide win that was predicted earlier for the NDA and opposition alliance. Now, okay, so BJP out of those seats in the NDA alliance are up by 242 seats, leading in these 242 seats. We'll also tell you which are the states where, or new states also, where BJP has to apparently has made inroads as well. Moving on to some more numbers. NDA 295, we already told you. Looking at India Alliance, 228 parliamentary constituencies with a gain of 106 now. It's moving so fast, Gautam, and others on 21. Remember, in the previous two editions, independents performed better than the UPA then, but now BJP 241. And that's the gap which is widening, which may be a worrisome factor for the opposition, particularly Congress.
Yes, the
They're
time
97.
that you were speaking, Sakal, it was the Trinamool Congress that gained 2 seats there.
Okay.
Up 4 now instead of 2 in a matter of just seconds. We have now joining us from Shimla, which is the state capital of the hill state of Himachal Pradesh, Prakash Pant, my colleague. Good morning to you, Prakash. It's still morning, but it feels like afternoon.
Absolutely.
And the way things have been changing. But in Himachal Pradesh, not that much of a change yet, it seems. The trends holding in the favor of the BJP. 4 seats in 2019, all 4 of them. And the story is still the same?
Good morning, Gautam. Good morning, Sakal.
Good morning.
It's nice to connect with both of you again.
Yes, great to see you too.
Yes, as you said, Himachal Pradesh is continuing the trend of the last two consecutive elections. Again, this time, 4 out of 4 BJP candidates have established considerable lead till the rounds which have been completed so far. Let me tell you, Anurag Thakur, he's already leading close to 1 lakh votes from Hamirpur. He's leading. And Rajiv Bharadwaj, the new candidate which BJP had fielded this time from Kangra, he's already crossed 1,20,000 in the lead. In Mandi seat, where the fight was considered to be quiet, but Kangana Rao has also established a lead close to 30,000. And in Shimla also, the last time winner Suresh Kashyap of BJP is leading substantially. So it is 4-0 till now from Himachal Pradesh.
All right, so what is happening as far as the by-elections are concerned, because a lot hinges on these 6 seats too, which have gone in for by-polls.
Gautam, here things are getting a bit tricky, because in order to dislodge Sukhu government, BJP had to win all the 6 out of the 6 seats which they were fighting by election. So right now, in 3 seats, BJP is leading, in 2, Congress is leading, and in 1, a BJP rebel is leading as independent.
Okay, but Vikramaditya Singh trailing and Kangana making her electoral debut, leading with a considerable margin, and considering her opponent who hails from a very, very dominant political family from Himachal Pradesh and their credentials, political credentials, could that be a big surprise from Hill State of Himachal?
Yes, Sakal, the results, the trends from Mandi seat are quite interesting, because this was the one seat which was viewed throughout India. It had caught the attention of the entire country, because BJP had fielded the queen of the Bollywood, Kangana Ranaut, from here, and she had in the initial period of the campaign, it was thought that Kangana may appear weaker against Vikramaditya because of his family reputation. He is coming from the royal family. But one has to remember that Mandi is one seat when even last election in 2019, BJP won by a big margin of 2,50,000. And even in the last assembly polls, when BJP lost considerably, BJP lost power in Mandi, BJP won 13 out of the 17 assembly segments. So, but soon after the rallies of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and UP Chief Minister Adityanath, the temperature had, means the atmosphere went largely in favor of Kangana Ranaut, and now she seems to be in ahead, quite considerably of Vikramaditya Singh.
All right. Prakash Pant joining us from Shimla, the capital of Himachal Pradesh. Thank you so much for those updates coming in. The BJP leading on the 4 seats, but crucial by-elections were also taking place in Himachal Pradesh this time around. 6 seats going to polls there. Right now, a mixed bag there. So we do not know what will be the fate of the Sukhu government right now in Himachal Pradesh. Let's now go across to my colleague Amit Mukherjee as well, getting us an update on how the scenario is changing as far as the entire North India is concerned. 126 seats at stake, and the BJP and its allies had a major lead the last time around, Amit, but the picture looks to be quite different this time around.
Right, so Gautam, in fact, if we talk about what is happening in North India right now, in fact, if you take the overall picture, now the tally was around 290 for NDA for the last half an hour. Only in the last 5 minutes, it has now kind of gained a few seats, and now we are moving again up. It's around 296. Now, the major dent which seems to have, which the BJP seems to be suffering is right now in Uttar Pradesh, because contrary to the predictions which were there in the exit polls, Samajwadi Party seems to be doing well out there in UP at this moment. And at one point in time, it was absolutely neck to neck. In fact, a seat above more than BJP in Uttar Pradesh. Now, if you look at UP again, it's slightly discomforting because along with Samajwadi Party, you have Congress also, and Congress has also managed to maintain its lead in quite a few seats out there in Uttar Pradesh. So having said that, North India, it is not very, very comforting as far as BJP concerned. But yes, now we are looking at some movement where BJP again is gaining a few more seats and it's inching somewhere close to around 300. Now the consolation has been Odisha definitely, where BJP out of 21 Lok Sabha seats is now seem to be very comfortable in about 19 to 20 seats. And also Madhya Pradesh is the state which has given BJP the most comfortable position, because in all the 29 seats BJP seems to be leading, including one seat which used to be a bastion of Congress earlier, which was the constituency of Kamal Nath, where his son is fighting, Nakul Nath. Even in that seat BJP seems to be leading right now. So again, at some point in time, if I just talk about half an hour back, Gujarat also, where it has been kind of again a bastion, the entire state has been a bastion of BJP. Things were not as BJP would have expected, but now again, out of the 28 seats, BJP seems to be leading in about 27 right now. Gautam?
Okay, Amit, thank you for joining us as of now. We, of course, will keep getting back to you for more. And quickly, let's go across to some more guests joining us. Narayan Kumar, senior journalist, joining us on the show, and also welcoming Gautam Seth from the Congress Party. Gautam, your thoughts? Now, agree that UP, it's neck and neck fight. Yes, namaste. But for the Congress, it's not really much of a consolation, but it seems that the Samajwadi Party. Let's go state by state. So how do you, first of all, look at the state of Uttar Pradesh? And what, according to you, is helping India Alliance to cruise in, though these are just initial trends?
I think Uttar Pradesh has given a strong message that those who thought that using our belief system, using our Lord Ram as a political tool will work, people gave them a message today that listen, you were elected to solve the issues of unemployment. You were elected to solve the issues of inflation. You were elected to solve the economic disparity in the country. But not to use our own Bhagwan, our own Astha ka pratik, Lord Ram, as a political tool.
Gautam,
and the India Alliance.
It's not that, the results are still yet. I mean, these are just the trends, and it's like at par, SP and BJP. My question was about the Congress's performance.
And if that's the message in UP, why is it a different message in Madhya Pradesh? In Madhya Pradesh, the Congress is not leading in any of the seats.
No, we fought in an alliance. We did not fight Uttar Pradesh independently. The maximum number of seats were being fought by Samajwadi Party. This was an election fought by the India Alliance for safeguarding the Constitution of India and for safeguarding people's issues. And I'm sorry, the exit polls have proven to be totally wrong. The country has voted on issues that mattered. That Modi 3.0 magic which the media was trying to paint, I don't see the BJP at all euphoric since the morning. You come to our Congress headquarters, we are celebrating, although it's very early for it. But we have given a message that we will not let the politics of people-centric issues go away from the center stage of this country. But how do you look at 241
and 95? I'm just talking about the leads in the BJP camp and leads in the Congress's camp. I mean, I'm trying to get at the Congress's diminishing space. I agree that Alliance as a whole has done well considerably, even if these are leads, Gautam, as compared to 2019. Let's just address Rahul Gandhi-led Congress party.
Now let me put this very clearly to you. When you call this Congress's diminishing stage, we call this Congress's resurgence.
Okay.
We are coming from seats when we were below 50 and now we are crossing and almost touching the 100 mark. And on the other hand, we have somebody who spoke of 400 just for the Bharatiya Janata Party and is struggling to even touch the majority mark in the country. The media today should be cautioning that man who gave that false narrative to up the stock market, to support his friend Adani. Exit polls were orchestrated. And this is what the people of country have given a message this time. You wait for another 2-3 hours. India Alliance is crossing the majority mark.
How do you see Delhi? How do you see Delhi? How do you see Delhi? I mean, quickly, how do you see Delhi?
You see, Delhi, there was a contest. We already thought that there is a contest. We knew that we were giving good fight on at least 4 or 5 seats. And I think we should wait for some more time. And Delhi will also do what Uttar Pradesh is doing to them, do what Punjab is doing to them, do what Haryana is doing to them. ये अपने आप को हिंदी हार्टलैंड पार्टी कहते थे, आज इन्हें शर्म आनी चाहिए कि एक आस्था के प्रतीक को आप राजनीति मत बनाइए। आप अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट पर बात नहीं कर रहे थे। You were not talking on inflation. You were not talking on the economic disparity.
Gautam said, let's talk about what you were talking about. Your party was talking about a lot, which is about the EVMs in the Election Commission. What is your opinion about the EVMs in the Election Commission now that, well, the exit polls seem to have been proven wrong, although things could still change?
The Congress, if you read the official 2 letters released by the Congress yesterday, one by Mr. Khadge and one by the party AICC, we just requested our workers to be vigilant on the counting stations, to record if there is any misconduct during the counting happening. And as a political party, we have the right to raise questions to the Election Commission. And it is Election Commission's duty, who is safeguarding the democracy of the country, to answer our questions.
Now let's
Why
talk
should
about
we not
this.
ask our workers to safeguard the counting process?
I appreciate your concerns and the way you're vociferously defending the performance of the Congress in the so-called India Alliance. But 2241 for the BJP in the NDA Alliance and 95 for the Congress in the India Alliance, right? So look at the gap. Simple arithmetic, Gautam.
I will tell you what the gap is. The gap is that the numbers that exit poll gave to the Congress, we have doubled them already in leads.
Okay, but
we have doubled the
numbers
numbers that exit polls estimated for the Congress.
Sir, I'm giving you the numbers from the leads itself. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but 241 in comparison to 95 for the Congress party. Well, let's understand this. These are the initial trends. So we'll have to see how really this pans out.
I don't think we can call them
let's
initial
go to
anymore.
Narayan. Yeah, let's go quickly. Yeah, there's still trends. And Narayan Kumar, senior journalist, really appreciate you standing by, Mr. Narayan, and for your patience. How do you look at these numbers, and how do you explain, or what do you make of the India Alliance making inroads in the bastions where they performed initially dismally in 2019?
तो सबसे पहले नमस्कार सभी को। तो मैं तो एक चीज सुनना चाहता हूं कि गौतम जी तो अभी तो ईवीएम को या इलेक्शन कमीशन को जयराम रमेश जी जैसा कोई ये नहीं बोलेंगे अभी, क्योंकि अभी फिलहाल इंडी गठबंधन थोड़ा बहुत सीट्स लीड करते हैं, तो शायद ईवीएम बराबर काम करता है अभी, वो अलग बात है। तो दूसरी बात आप जो बोल रहे हैं, मेरा फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन कल जब मैं डिबेट में भी था तब भी मैंने बोल रहा था कि साउथ विल बी ए डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर फॉर एनडीए दिस टाइम अराउंड, है ना। तो अभी देखिए वो सच निकल रहा है। मेरे हिसाब से मैंने बोला था 42 सीट्स के ऊपर साउथ से बीजेपी गठबंधन को मिलेगा। कल जब मैं एक्सिट पोल के बारे में जो डिस्कशन हो रहा था डीडी न्यूज पे, मैं यही बोला था कि 42 सीट से ज्यादा साउथ से बीजेपी गठबंधन को मिलेगा, एंड वही निकल रहा है अभी। आंध्रा, केरला, तमिलनाडु, कर्नाटका सभी जगह पे स्ट्रांग परफॉर्मेंस दिया है बीजेपी गठबंधन ने। लेकिन ऐसा हमने सुना कि यूपी, महाराष्ट्र और राजस्थान में थोड़ा बहुत इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करना पड़ेगा, शायद अभी यही रिजल्ट एंड तक रहेगा तब। मैं तो अभी भी सोच रहा हूँ कि 5 और 6 राउंड्स का ही काउंटिंग हुआ होगा अभी, तो वी हैव कंसिडरेबल नंबर ऑफ राउंड्स और भी बचा है। तो वी डोंट नो हाउ द ट्रेंड्स विल चेंज अराउंड, बट मोस्टली ये जो 295, 300 looks to be holding through, because now the leads are like in the 10,000 range, right? So
yes, that will be difficult to turn around. Narayan Kumar, thank you so much for joining us.
Big changeover होने का chances कम है, लेकिन मैंने जब बोला था LDF UDF का जो फॉर्ट था केरला में, उधर भी 2 सीट बीजेपी ने लीड कर चुका है.
Yes, certainly it does seem that the BJP is making some inroads into previously uncharted territories. Thank you so much for joining us, Narayan Kumar, for your views on how things are shaping up as far as the outcome of these elections are concerned. Although these are just trends, still trends at the moment. They cannot be said to be early anymore. We're fairly advanced in the counting stage, but for the results the final outcomes to come. Not a single seat the outcome has come, except for the Surat seat, which was won by the BJP unopposed even before the counting of today started. So none of the results have come in as yet. There are only leads even on the official Election Commission website. And with that, let's go across to my colleague Amritpal Singh to get an overall picture and also an in-depth look at what's happening in Central India. Amritpal, take it away. इसके बाद आपके पास ही आते हैं.
Thank you, Gautam and Sakal. To give you a sense of how the states of Punjab, Haryana and the Union Territory of Chandigarh are doing, let's take a look at first Chandigarh. Chandigarh seems to be going the Congress way. Former Minister Manish Tiwari is leading here, though Manish is leading by just about 5,000 votes, which is not a big figure. It can be reversed. Sanjay Tandon of the BJP is trailing here. Manish has the advantage because here the Indie Alliance is contesting as an alliance. So he's not only getting the Congress vote but also the Aam Aadmi vote. Interestingly, the Akali Dal candidate who was once his candidature was announced, he not only left the Akali Dal but joined the Aam Aadmi party. So the Akali Dal vote is also in a way transferring to, and the Akali Dal hasn't fielded any candidate after that. So Akali Dal there is not in the fray. So Manish is getting the Congress's vote, also the Aam Aadmi party vote and the Akali Dal vote, so to speak. Okay, if we look at the other state of Punjab, Punjab is very interesting here. Punjab has 13 Lok Sabha seats. The BJP is not opening its account expectedly because the BJP, there is a lot of anti-BJP sentiment in rural Punjab at least. In urban Punjab, they do have a vote. I think the BJP's vote share by the end of the day will increase as compared to the last time around. But the Indian National Congress is leading on 6 seats. The Aam Aadmi party, which is the incumbent government in the state, is only ahead on 3 seats. Now that is a reflection on the Bhagwant Mann government. They're almost halfway in the term, 2.5 years. So if this is what they end up getting, then there surely there is anti-incumbency against Bhagwant Mann's government in Punjab. The Shiromani Akali Dal right now is ahead on 2 seats. One is Bathinda and the other is Firozpur. From Bathinda, Harsimrat Kaur Badal is contesting. She's ahead. The Firozpur, the last time around, also went the Shiromani Akali Dal. Sukhbir Badal was the MP there, but this time around he's not contesting himself. But the lead in Firozpur is very less, just about 2,000 votes. That could change any time. Now the others is very interesting in Punjab. The others is Khadur Sahib, from where Amritpal Singh is winning, and he's winning with he has a lead of a great margin. 16 cases of National Security Act against him lodged in the Dibrugarh jail in Assam. Assam contests the election. Khalistani protagonist openly calls for secession from India. He is winning with a great margin there. The Shiromani Khadur Sahib is a Panthik seat. So the Akali Dal's traditional bastion, but the Akali Dal is way behind. The other seat that's very interesting, Faridkot, from where Sarabjit Singh Khalsa is winning. Sarabjit Singh Khalsa is the son of Beyant Singh, Indira Gandhi's assassin.
Right, Amrit.
That speaks of the socio-political change that's going on in Punjab. Perhaps the political class and the security architecture apparatus of the country needs to look at it for whatever that means.
Amrit.
If we go to Haryana now.
Amrit, we will come back to you shortly. If you could hear me, Amrit, because we're getting some breaking news from Delhi, because BJP leading in all 7 seats in Delhi. And as we stay with this breaking news, the Bendu model of the DD India from BJP office joining us live. Remember, it was a linear fight between the BJP and the alliance combined here, with many saying, Dubhendu, if you could hear me, take us through the mood at the BJP headquarters right now, especially. It seems to be once again a clean sweep for the Bharatiya Janata Party in Lok Sabha polls in Delhi.
Well, Sakal, that's right. The BJP is leading on all the 7 seats. It was one seat where the Congress was earlier leading, but the BJP has recovered. Which is why, earlier the BJP said that let's not, call the election yet, and let's wait for about 1:30 before the trends crystallizes. So that's what the BJP is still holding its horses down here at the BJP headquarters. There's not much celebration going on, also because the fact that they are still waiting for about 2 more hours to go for the trends to crystallize more. So of course leaders here in the BJP are still waiting and watching. However, they are confident that they are coming back to power.
All right. All right. Devendra, just stay with us because we have Shaina NC of the BJP as well in our studio. Shaina NC, what do you make of what's happening both in Delhi, where there seems to be a close contest on, or the BJP is leading on all 7 seats. It had won all 7 last time round. And what is happening in states like Uttar Pradesh, where a totally different picture seems to be emerging?
So, well, I do have to say that Delhi is great news, because we know that the urban metros have always stood by Prime Minister Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party's progressive vision. I am absolutely hopeful and confident that yes, we will form government in every sense. And after 10 years, if you look at the numbers, I think this is a great performance. So it's not as if we can draw any conclusions. We have 2 hours left, and those 2 hours will be interesting 2 hours. But do understand that whether it is Delhi or any other part of the country, the way the Prime Minister has tirelessly worked in 10 years, without any charge of corruption. If you remember, 2014 we came to power because of 2G, Commonwealth, Spectrum, all that corruption, tainted UPA, and where people wanted that change with Prime Minister Modi. 2019 they reposed faith in Prime Minister Modi with even larger numbers, bigger vote share, etc. And I'm sure the dream of a Viksit Bharat will be a reality. So let's wait for 2 hours rather than getting into dissecting.
But if these numbers sustain, what would you ascribe the reason of this coming to? Because there was a campaign that the opposition also led, the India Alliance, which said, first of all, it raised the issue of a caste survey, and then it started talking about the danger to the constitution, because they took it off from 400 par, saying that they will change a lot of things if they get that sort of a mandate.
So I think this whole constitution narrative was utter nonsense, because if you see the 106 times that the constitution has been amended, 80 times the Congress had amended it, and when the Prime Minister did, it was for strong political interests of public at large, whether it was abrogation of 370, triple talaq, Nari Shakti Vandan, and progressive decisions such as that. In fact, the Prime Minister is the one who even celebrates the Constitution Day and has taken the preamble to all the schools. So I think that there has been a narrative which is selectively viewed out of context when it suits them, and it's all very well. Up until now they were saying EVM, EVM, and they were talking about exit polls, etc. But look, the beauty of a vibrant democracy such as India and 140 crores is you will have a little up down, but that is not something to disturb the Bharatiya Janata Party or the NDA.
Okay,
the NDA is coming to power.
Okay, yes, confidence. But India Alliance is very, very upbeat, and I think even they did not expect this. I mean, they could be posturing for that matter, but China, very clearly the numbers are stacked in India Alliance's favor as of now, even in terms of trends. Let's talk about Delhi, because we're getting that breaking news. Do you think Arvind Kejriwal, corruption taint, and the overall, he has been like a liability for the opposition? It's a clean sweep in Delhi.
I don't know about liability for the opposition, but a liability for the people of Delhi, clearly, because here was a man who was pretending to be this Aam Aadmi Party, but he turned out to be a Bhrasht Aadmi Party. And if you see the kind of money trail, the allegations by the ED, they're not just allegations, they were substantiated with proof. There was a money trail, liquor licenses being changed around just to suit him and his party and their benefits. So I think that the people have clearly seen through the Kejriwal farce.
There's still a very, very wide gap between the individual leads if we compare the two principal parties, the Bharatiya Janata Party, Shaina, your comment on it, and Congress. So 95 paltry, I mean, they're still struggling to touch the 100 mark. And going by these numbers, okay, just the trends, what do you think this mandate is for? Is this for the Prime Minister, his political capital, or is it for the alliance as a whole?
So I don't think anyone in the country can take away the dedication, the hard work and the humility with which the Prime Minister has tirelessly worked for all people in Bharat. And the vision is clearly a Viksit Bharat. Now, if you look at holistically, even the infrastructure projects, whether it's the highways, the roads, the airports, 150 airports, 680 medical colleges, 22 AIIMS, railways, the speed of lightning.
Infra push,
so that is one part. And as Indians, don't we feel proud that from the 11th economy, you've come to the 5th, heading towards the 3rd. You talk about below poverty line,
yes,
25
BJP has so
crore.
many things that it can list in terms of the benefits of the last 10 years. Ashok Tandon, if this trend stays the way that it is, why do you think that this message, although it has gotten across to the people in the sense that the BJP and its alliance still has over 272, it will, if it stays this way, still form the government next time around in just a few days from now, but the kind of mandate that it was expecting has not been delivered?
I think it's still too early, because there are so many seats where the margins of lead are I won't say narrow, but they are not substantial. So next 2 hours will make the picture clear. But having said that, I think if you remember a few minutes ago, maybe half an hour ago, on this very platform, I said that Delhi BJP will be winning all the 7 seats. So therefore, because I know urban areas, particularly Delhi, I belong to Delhi, people vote on national issues. They distinguish very clearly between the state elections as well as the Lok Sabha election, and they are going to demonstrate it for the 3rd consecutive time, 2014, 2019, 24, and in between for the assembly they voted for some other party. So I think this clear distinction at the national level will be seen in a large number of constituencies.
And I think just to add to Ashok ji's, without interjecting, is that what he is saying is so true, because we set the benchmark so high. If you look at 2014 or 2019, the majority has always been there. So now whether it's a question of few numbers up, few numbers down, is not going to change the whole mood or the perception. Also, please note how well the Bharatiya Janata Party has done in Odisha, for example. I mean, we've held our own even in West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. If you look at the vote share, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. So these are areas where people say, oh, BJP will never reach. But the Prime Minister, Amit Shah ji, Nadda ji have worked so tirelessly that the organization has grown across the length.
But do you think that the opposition will then say that, look, we still did not let them get to 362?
That's what they're saying, actually.
Opposition has said a lot of ludicrous comments. Let's not get into that kind of what they said vis-a-vis what we've done, because the Prime Minister always says he's a man on a mission. He's not interested in headlines, he's interested in deadlines. And he has worked in that direction.
And assuming that you manage to cross 400 or even little tad bit below 400, but on your own, because all said and done, 294 is a good number. But by the way, Shaina, look at 230. I mean, it seems that the India Alliance is also inching a little upwards and onwards. But what I want to understand from you that overall, this vote or mandate has been for the Viksit Bharat. How do you look at the Viksit Bharat narrative versus the Nyay narrative scripted by the
Look,
Congress?
the Nyay was nothing but Anyay. I mean, on the one hand, the Prime Minister has said there are 4 vote banks. One are the women, one are youth, one are the farmers, and one, of course, are the poor. Every scheme has percolated down to the poorest of poor.
Labharti factor.
The Labharti factor. If 11 crore women have got Ujjwala, 13 crore women have got toilets, 4 crore Bharatiya Nagariks have got homes, 55 crore have got 5 lakh each under Ayushman Bharat. And these are not freebies, subsidies, SOPs. These are empowering the lives. And I think that's what the Prime Minister stands for. And I'm sure with the same momentum in 2024, the Bharatiya Janata Party under Modi ji.
What do you
will
have to
continue
say
work.
about China, the trends in UP? I mean, I understand these are just
I
the
think
trends.
Ashok ji will be more equipped to
Ashok ji.
answer that question, but
But then there the Congress doesn't seem to have much to write home about. Riding on the back of Samajwadi Party, the Congress is trying to sound extremely confident, and they're sort of blowing their own trumpet in UP at least, because obviously for its criticality in terms of numbers.
But is it an alliance or is it just an understanding for few seats? That is
yes, interesting.
No, first of all, I think for Congress, it is very important that they win Amethi and Raebareli. Because if they win both the seats, otherwise whether they are stuck at 7 or 9 will be immaterial. And that too with the support of the Samajwadi Party. And Samajwadi Party, you remember in 2004 had 135 seats also. But this time round, I said earlier also, there is a feeling that last minute the BSP vote was transferred to Samajwadi Party. Because BSP was not making any ground at all right from the beginning. Mayawati was silent. No serious campaign was.
Interject you, sir. Even in 2024, last we checked, BSP had not even opened its account in terms
Yes,
of
it
friends. I'm
hadn't.
sure they must have moved a bit further, but you can finish your point.
Yes, I think.
End game for BSP.
Yeah,
perhaps.
because right from the beginning they were non-starters, they were not serious at all, but they have a chunk of vote, solid vote. Where will that vote go? Now, one feeling was apparently there was a rumor or maybe allegation from the India Alliance that there is a tie-up between BJP and Mayawati. At the end of the day, Mayawati will transfer her votes to the BJP. But it seems it is happening the other way around. Why it is happening? Let's see, because it is not yet clear. The outcome will show. But if the trends in UP stay, I think it will be a reason for BJP to introspect, because in the UP, as I said, if the trends stay and Samajwadi Party wins the number of seats they are ahead, I think it will be something which BJP will have to introspect.
Okay. Well, let's look at an area where we have a more direct contest between the BJP and the Congress, which is in central India. Amit Mukherjee, my colleague, has some more inputs on that. Amit, go ahead.
Gautam, in fact, central India is probably the only place, if you look at Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, these are the two states that BJP has been able to kind of satisfactorily, get outcome. If you look at Madhya Pradesh, they have been able to kind of hold on to all the 29 seats, In fact, last time in 2019, it was 28 out of 29 seats. But this time, they have been able to kind of maintain, as of now, counting is still on, they have been able to maintain leads on all the 29 seats. And even in Chhattisgarh, out of the 11 seats, BJP is leading right now, while counting is still on about 10. Having said that, but again, Central India, UP has not been a very, very good turf for BJP this season. And Samajwadi Party, as you can see, if the numbers are speaking, in fact, they are screaming aloud that they have been able to regain much of their lost ground since 2019. Now, to talk about more, I would like to call in my colleague Amritpal, because Amritpal has also been tracking Punjab very closely. There was some expectation of BJP from Punjab, but it didn't seem to work out. So, Amrit, what do you think really worked against the BJP, or what didn't really work out for BJP when it comes to Punjab?
Amit, BJP's essential vote bank in Punjab is the urban Hindu vote bank.
Right.
Combined with the Akali Dal vote bank, which is a rural vote bank, agrarian vote bank, primarily a Sikh, Jat Sikh vote bank. So that was a very good combination. But in 2020, when the Shromani Akali Dal walked out of the alliance, so clearly both the Shromani Akali Dal is bearing the brunt of it. If you see, it's Harsimrat Badal leading on this Bathinda seat, and then another candidate of theirs from the Firozpur seat, where the difference is not too much. But I want to break. So the BJP and the Akali Dal both are paying for it. You see the resurgence of the Congress in Punjab, but very interestingly in Punjab there are two seats to watch out for, which the numbers say independent.
Right.
One is Amritpal Singh, 16 NSA cases, lost in Dibrugarh jail. He is leading with a great margin. He's already polled about 1.5 lakhs. The other is Faridkot, where Sarabjit Singh Khalsa, the son of Indira Gandhi's assassin Byan Singh, is way ahead. Now that is something, if something needs to be read into that, the political class of this country as well as the security apparatus of this country needs to look at that very closely.
So you pointed out at multiple factors, but would you say that the farmers' agitation, which has been simmering since the last 5 years, did it also play an important role?
Absolutely.
Because last time we didn't see it play out much in 2019 because the agitation was on at that time as well.
Yes, this time around there seems to be a palpable anger against the BJP in the farming, the agrarian class. The way, after the farm laws were taken back, now the whole MSP demand, the legal guarantee on MSP, I think the way it played out surely did, work against the BJP.
Right. So yeah, clearly, you can see that while in central India, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh has worked out well for BJP, but Punjab and states like Rajasthan, even in Rajasthan, contrary to the expectations of BJP, Congress has been able to kind of again make a comeback out there on those seats. Gautam?
All right, Amit, thanks for that input really in terms of what's happening in central India. Also, word in Punjab, we have Shaina NC of the BJP with us in the studio. Shaina, what do you make of what's happening in Punjab? Do you think that that is a loss because of the fact that the alliance broke up, which was the longest perhaps alliance for the BJP as part of the NDA through the course of this entire era of alliance politics, that broke up because of the farm agitation, and now both the parties are paying the price in Punjab?
No, but I think there's certain decisions you have to take in the larger interest of the country and in the larger interest of your own voter. So the Bharatiya Janata Party is a very disciplined cadre, so I'm not going to sit and comment on whether right, wrong or otherwise, because the decision was taken and I think it was taken in the best interest of all. And we have shown that even in West Bengal, who thought that we would grow from strength to strength? But when you work as a party, today we are the largest political party in the world with 11 crore active members. So obviously those members are also going to work in the Sangathan and make us more self-sufficient in the days to come. So I don't want to objectively comment on that, but I definitely want to say the difference between the NDA and the India Alliance is that the NDA, there is an ideology, there is a thought process and there is a commitment to the larger interest of the country, whether it's an abrogation of 370 or a uniform civil code or a CAA, etc. In this India Alliance, you have a random bunch of people, all of whom are aspiring to come to power.
And ideologically different.
And ideologically different, will come in and out to suit themselves. That is the basic difference.
Their common ground is anti-BJP, that's it.
Prime Minister Modi's popularity on ground and with sections of society that have been empowered you take the women of Uttar Pradesh. I mean, you remember last assembly election, correct me if I'm wrong, the way the Muslim women even voted for Prime Minister Modi because triple talaq gave them that respect. You take cut to Jat Paat Dharm ki Rajniti ek taraf, but Pragati ki Rajniti Yogi ji has also seen. And see, in politics there will be a little up down, but it's not something to be so worried about or as if it's changed the narrative. We are all good.
But the double engine Sarkar, since you mentioned Yogi ji, the double engine Sarkar, the Yogi Modi combine, and the way the whole paradigm shift of development in the state of Uttar Pradesh in last
but haven't you
since
seen
BJP.
it?
Absolutely, undoubtedly. I mean, there is such a turnaround of the law and order situation.
Gunda Raj gone, women's safety, things on track.
So what I want to ask you, Shaina, yes, and a massive turnaround of law and order situation, because I hail from Gautam Budh Nagar, so I've seen it on ground, the tremendous change, the worst in the BSP and the SP, and now the change in BHP. But nevertheless, decisive government, that's what is, I mean, you take a stand on CA.
UP has always had so many players and a lot of it is caste driven, and that is the harsh reality of our country which we need to actually fight and venture out of, and Prime Minister Modi will definitely take us in that direction, because that's why he's shown that if there is progress, like what did the Congress really do with the Muslims and the Dalits? For 60 years, they just kept them as a subjugated vote bank, did not give them education, did not give them empowerment, did not give them safety, security, and the Prime Minister has done just the opposite. He said that I'm empowering your lives, I'm giving you security, I'm giving you education, but you need to financially empower yourselves and progress. That is what Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Prayas, Sabka Vishwas is. On the other hand, you have somebody who's just talking about a fantasy poll and a fantasy holiday, etc., but not getting into that.
What would you like to say to the opposition who tried to rally around the entire election poll plank in Uttar Pradesh around Ram Mandir?
I think, Hindus don't need to be apologetic about anything first to start with. The Ram Mandir is a matter of belief, faith, and let's not correlate it to politics. Our Honorable Prime Minister has also said on multiple occasions that this is a matter of bhavna, astha, and it has made every Indian so proud world over. Look at the way Ayodhya has been transformed. Is it not a matter of pride? Keep the temple aside, keep the scientific significance aside, the historical aspects aside, but it's a matter of pride for all Indians.
It will in the long run bring a lot of benefits to Uttar Pradesh. It will make religious tourism a thing that already has domestically been quite high, but then Ayodhya is now and has been, but even more so now, an international destination for the diaspora
Varanasi
to come
also.
in as well.
Yes.
But
Akshay with us from Congress headquarters. Can we quickly go to Akshay and try and assess the mood or the sentiment there? Akshay, over to you. If you could hear us, get us the visuals, reactions, and Congress seems to be in pretty much upbeat sentiment looking at the 225 India Alliance numbers. But interestingly, Congress has not even managed to maintain that lead in more than 94 seats. So where is this confidence really coming from?
Well, perhaps the confidence is coming from the low that was set up by the exit polls, which showed the India Alliance of not even getting our properly 150 seats.
So is it more a sense of relief, Akshay, rather than
jubilance? Alliance
jubilance?
was given overwhelming numbers from 350 to 400 seats, and that is perhaps the reason why we see today here at the Congress headquarters, in a way celebrations taking place of the fact that on many major seats the Congress is in fact leading, and in fact the number that the India Alliance has surged well past 220 mark. So in a way they will be a credible opposition in terms of numbers. So that is going to be one of the key issues why the Congress party is jubilant right now. In fact, that is perhaps one of the reasons that there are celebrations in a way taking place, despite the fact that Congress party is not even half of where the BJP is.
Yes.
However, given the fact that the confidence that the BJP had, that may take a hit in a way, given because of the number of seats that they expected to win, and as opposed to the seats that they are winning. In fact, as opposed to the seats that they won in 2019 elections as well, that was above 300 mark, providing a very stable government to the country. So now the Congress party is hopeful, and in fact they are talking about two major NDA allies, that is the TDP and the JDU. Both of them earlier were not part of the NDA. Ahead of the polls only they took part in the NDA alliance once again. So if you remove those 30 to 35 seats that both the JDU and TDP are winning, then the NDA at this point falls short of the majority mark as well. So that is perhaps the hope that the Congress sees in terms of formation of the government as well. So perhaps that is the reason why there are celebrations in a way taking place at the Congress headquarters.
All right, let's see if these changes that have taken place in the composition that seem to be reflected in the forthcoming House, they get reflected when the actual results come in. There's still quite some time to go for that. We still have our guests in our studio, Shaina NC of the BJP and Ashok Tandon, senior journalist, with us. Shaina NC, in terms of how things are shaping up, again, what can you tell us about what's happening in the East, particularly West Bengal, because that's one place where the BJP had made gains in the last election, but this time around the situation seems to be not as positive as the last time.
See, West Bengal is a very different state because as you've seen, BJP has gained tremendously from where we were. Yes, I don't buy this number completely because I think it will go up a little more. But the law and order situation in West Bengal, the violence during elections, that is something
And that has
we
always
all
been
need
the
to-
case,
and
Shaina.
we all need to soul search about this. You have a woman chief minister, and where are the women of West Bengal safe? Look at Nandigram, look at Sandesh Khali. I mean,
And
these
the
are things
scams.
that, and yes, and I think that, you know, violence can sometimes also take a harsh turn on the electorate, but we are not spoil spots who are going to say that, you know, this is the reason. The beauty of being in a party as democratic as the Bharatiya Janata Party is there's always introspection and immediately. We don't waste time. We get on to the job and we understand where we're heading. And as I said, these numbers are very good. We are coming to power. It will only improve in the next 1 hour. So I don't want to selectively just talk about West Bengal.
Okay.
Maybe we should also talk about an Orissa. Nobody ever thought that the Kamal could ever be an option. You know, to the chunk, and look at what it has
And
done.
Assam also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Assam
Though-
too.
though-
Assam is already,
Already, and
changed
but
with this
yes.
time
Odisha,
around.
I
Odisha
think,
is a
is a
big,
great
big
case
case.
big
study.
news in sir, how do you look at these numbers? Orissa, especially the pockets where BJP has done you know, well as compared to 19 and 14.
No, one very important factor in Orissa has been that Congress has been decimated. No, Congress was ruling Orissa for a very long time. Then I can understand BJD coming to power, you know.
Like
this-
in Assam, that
Yeah,
was their
on,
batch.
on the strength of Biju Patnaik legacy. But BJP has gradually gained, and this time round they are not even, you know, they were not expected to win majority in the assembly, and now they
Yeah.
are almost going to form a government in Odisha.
Yes.
So Odisha Lok Sabha gains were predicted, but the assembly was neck and neck, if you see all the exit polls. But it will be a huge gain for BJP if they capture Odisha and also win majority of the Lok Sabha seats. So I think it will be a big gain. Andhra alliance with Chandrababu Naidu has been very successful. That was very timely, and that also is going to add to the kitty of the NDA. So I think, but the results or the trends in West Bengal, initially it was BJP which was ahead in I think around 29
And you were
seats.
consistent in Jammu also, picking those 2 seats. Jammu
Yeah.
and
Very,
Uddhav
very
But
good, and especially after abrogation of 370, a lot of people thought that whether we'd even have entry.
Yes.
And I think the response from the people, again the locals. See, you know, in a country as large as India, if you have 140 crore people, of which not all are voting, that is not necessarily a all-encompassing referendum. But the Prime Minister's popularity, you just take an example of COVID. He was the most popular leader in the globe, 84%, more than Biden, more than anyone, and has continued to be. So 10 years, the track record of 22 years in active governance. I think these are the things we should be talking about today.
So these leads, before we wrap up very quickly, Shaina, one quick comment. So 227 the leads that the opposition as an alliance has maintained. This, I mean, the way Congress is trying to, even on these leads, trying to take such a credit that, but actually if you look at numbers, it's not Congress. I mean, 227 minus 94 is more than
and
the
they've
alliance.
not even touched 100.
Yes.
So just for the record.
Yeah, in terms of numbers, but in terms of vote share, we'll have
But
to
you know,
break
when
it
the
down when it comes
performance
in.
is so bad, if you increase even a little, it looks like wow. Here, our performance has been so phenomenal that you know, people have expectations, but I think these numbers mean nothing.
Okay, that's
All
the
right.
confidence.
At
that
the end of the
BJP
day, as long
yeah.
as you get to form the government, they would not mean that much. On that note, we'll close this particular part of this continuing coverage, India Decides 2024, but the numbers are still changing, they're still coming in. We're far from the final results, and we will keep tracking that with you, our viewers all over the world. Joining you here will be Shubhendu in my place. Sakal, you'll stick
Continues,
around
yes.
for a little while longer. I'm going to take a break with us for a short
join
bit
us back
and
in
join
some
us
time.
back, yes, a little later. Thanks for watching.